I've been here a little over 30 years. I started out doing drafting, with ink on Mylar, and then worked my way up into the computer and databases.
So tell us what you do currently, Bruce.
Uh, Mostly updating and maintaining the databases for our geographical reference system, which is the horizontal vertical control. Then we have links to our data sheets, which our guys here provide, and then links to the NGS data site, so they can access all theirs. And our map's real easy to navigate, and they can just pop it up.
So when surveyors go look at horizontal or vertical control in Missouri through the Missouri Land Survey site, they're actually looking at the results of your work.
Yes, because it's we put it up there. I edit it, add the points. Then with data sheets that the guys here provide me, I send them up to our web people in Jeff City, and then they put them in the appropriate folder. So when you click on the hot link, it just pops up.
And then what else do you do here?
I edit the PLSS layer, which is the section lines, township lines, county lines, state boundary lines. And I have those set up so when I edit the section line, all the other ones are connected to it. So I make one edit and everything slides away along, and hopefully it comes out right.
And how do people view this layer?
It's hosted at the MISDIS website that's at the University of Missouri Columbia. And they can access and do searches on it and find it there, and then download it into, it's set up in the format to use with the ArcMap.
Is this available to anybody?
It's free to the public.
So we've talked about state boundaries where there are rivers, that sometimes they are the thread of the stream and sometimes they're the Talweg.
Mm-hmm.
You would be the expert about that?
No, not an expert, but our position at this program has always been that the boundary line is fixed when the Corps of Engineers started doing work on the river. So as soon as they started manipulating things, that's where we said the boundary line was at that time. Now around what was it, Missouri-Nebraska state boundary line, we adjusted that because there was a lot of arguments about people being taxed in both states. And we went and we basically put that in going straight up the center of the channel of the Corps of Engineers, and then both state legislatures agreed to it. And then that went to the U.S. Congress and was voted on and signed by the president. So that is, the river was all over the place, but now it's fixed by law up the center of that channel.
I see.
Yeah.
So when you have a need to fix a state boundary in a historical way because the Corps of Engineers has channelized it or done other changes, how do you figure out where that point was at that moment in time?
Mostly you go back to either the GLO plats or the old river charts from the Corps of Engineers, which I have a set of all their charts for the Missouri River because I knew the girl that was doing it at Kansas City, and she sent me everything. And the old maps from like the 20s and 30s are really good quality as far as where bluffs are and things, so you can actually do some manipulation and set them in place where it was because they match where the bluffs are now. And that can tell you where the river is. Now on the Mississippi, we don't get as much cooperation from the Corps of Engineers in that district, so we don't have a lot to go by. Occasionally things come up and we have to make special requests, and then they will send us the maps eventually, and then we can do the same thing as far as, some of the old maps actually had control points on them, as far as the horizontal control, and then that's real easy to line them up, because those I usually take and I try to find 3 points on the old one and 3 points on the new one and do a little rubber sheeting process, and I found with the 3 points that gives the most accurate movement and scale of it. And then once I have that set in there, I can just go through and pop points. And that's basically how we do it.